It's easy to create a product label in Canva, so follow along as I show you how to choose the best label size, design, and set up your file for print. Let's get started. First things first, we need to determine the correct label size for our container. So go grab your container and a tape measure and decide if you want your label to wrap all around the container, or in my case, have the label on the front only. If you need more help with how to measure your label size, onlinelabels.com has a great video that shows you how to do just that. You can check out the video in the description down below. With my label size down, I'm ready to start designing. Now with Canva open, come to the top right and click on Create a Design. Then come down here and select Custom Size. Now before we input our label size, be sure to change the increments to your country's unit of measurement. Here in the US, we use inches and for some reason football fields. I'm not really sure why we do that. Anyway, once you have that all set up, select Create New Design. Lastly, we need to add some margins so all the important information stays in the safe area, and we can't forget about adding our bleeds. To do both, come to File and select Show Margins and Show Bleeds. Now this might look a little confusing for you, so let me break down what you're looking at. This is showing your margins in safe area. Everything inside this box will print out perfectly and not get cut off once printed and trimmed. This shows you your label's final size once printed and trimmed. And this shows you where your bleeds are. The bleed is just a continuation of your design that spills past the final trim size. You never want any important information spilling into your bleed. Now with that all cleared up, we can start designing. To get started, I'm going to add a solid rectangle by coming to my toolbar and selecting Elements and selecting Lines and Shapes. Then I'll select the square. I'll then adjust the size by clicking and dragging any of the four handles. Next, I'll change the color. To do that, I'll select the element and come here and select color. Then I'll go to add a new color and I'll select that. From here, I can play around with the slider until I got something I like, or I can add a custom hex code. In this case, I already have a custom code in mind, so I'll go ahead and add that in. Now I'll repeat the same process and change the background color of my canvas. By breaking the design into two sections, it keeps things orderly while easy to read. Now I'm going to place my logo into the canvas by coming to my toolbar and selecting Uploads. From here, I'll select Upload File and locate the logo on my device. To add it to your canvas, simply select it and it'll show up. Then I'll select it, move it, and resize it till I'm happy with how it looks. Next up, I'll add in my product name. To add text to your design, come on over to your toolbar again and select Text. From here, you can spend the next 30 minutes going through all the different font combinations, but we don't have time for that, so just select Add a Heading. With our text now added to the canvas, I'm going to select it and come to this new text toolbar. From here, I'm going to change the font to something that fits my brand. Then I'll adjust the font size until the copy fits well and is easy to read. That's looking great, but next we need to add a subtle graphic element to balance the overall design while adding a little bit more visual interest. To do that, I'm going to upload a custom graphic element like we did previously. Then I'll add it into the design and adjust the placement and size. I'll then lower the opacity by coming to the top toolbar and selecting transparency. From there, I'll lower it to about 10%, and with that, the top portion of our design is completed. Now I'll add in some key selling points, but this section is completely up to you. So for the 3 selling points, I'm going to add text like we did previously, but this time I'll select it and add a subheading. Then I'll update the font to keep it consistent, and I'll change the font color. With that all set, I'll just duplicate it 2 times by hitting Command-C to copy and Command-V to paste. Then I'll adjust the spacing to make everything even. Once even, I could just leave it at that, but I feel like I could use some color. So what I'll do is add a dividing line between each of the sections. To add a line, come to your toolbar and select Elements. From there, come to the search bar and search Line. Feel free to explore the different options available, but I'm going to keep it simple and just go with this solid line. Now with that added into the canvas, I'm going to thin the line out as it's a little bit too big. To do that, just select a line and come to the top toolbar and select Styles. Then I'll lower the line width to about 1 point, then I'll adjust the length and placement. Lastly, I'll change the line color, and that completes this little section of copy. All that's left to do is add in your product fluid ounces, the weight, or whatever else needs to be included in your product label. With that, our design is complete, so let's export this label for print. To do that, come to the Share button and select it. Then come to Download and change the file type to PDF Print. Then select Crop Marks and Bleeds and hit that Download button. Then you're all set to send this off to a printer. And that's all she wrote, my friends. I hope this video helps you out and gets those creative juices flowing. Be sure to ask any questions in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you all in the next video.